everyone, today I'm going to a very special place highly recommended by local people of Hanoi in Vietnam. The first authentic egg coffee shop. Although we have nowadays we have quite a few coffee shops which serve egg coffee shop, but the one which I'm visiting right now is the premier, the very first original egg coffee shop of Hanoi and Vietnam. Highly recommended by local people. Join me there. That's the crowd. Hey, it's a very tiny shop. It's a very tiny shop. You have to go through a small lane. You have to go through a small lane and then you will find the shop. That's the one. Very tiny. I mean, the lane is so narrow, but inside you see that's the whole place. Little old building, but see the crowd there. Surprising. They're making the egg coffee over there. Take a look at the menu. That's the traditional egg coffee. Hot rice, chocolate, beans, egg with chocolate, egg with cinnamon. This is interesting. Egg with beer, egg with rum, egg with rum chocolate, egg with rum and coffee, egg with coke. Very interesting menu. Hello everyone, that is the traditional and the original egg coffee of Hanoi, Vietnam. Wonderful. Have a look at that. Okay, yeah, we're starting to pour it. They have chocolate. They have a chocolate flavor. This one is the plain, traditional, and the original egg coffee. Very creamy, rich, full of egg. Quite unusual because having a coffee and egg is very unusual to me. I can't even imagine that you can mix an egg inside a coffee. And it's good. There's a lot of crowd in here, even on a weekday. And outside it's around, what time is it? Around 11 a.m., 10 a.m. A little too late for the coffee, but still, I think this place is packed. How I'm starting to feel the creaminess of it. Wonderful. You see a photograph over there. I think I think they are the founders of this egg coffee shop. He's a 5-star hotel bartender. Oh. So that's the story. There's a story behind it. During, I think, probably the times before Vietnam market has opened, before the 90s, where Vietnam was like a socialist country, and until they joined the World Trade Organization. Before that time, the Vietnam was relatively a conservative country, and the availability of resources were having a significant shortage. So that's when the owner of this egg coffee shop has created a menu. There was a lack of milk. He was working in a hotel at that time, and a barista. But milk was a shortage of milk. There was a shortage of milk during those times. So he started this cafe, introducing egg as a replacement of milk onto the coffee. But it became so popular, and people loved the combination of egg and coffee without milk, that even today, where we have globalization and World Trade Center and everything, I mean, the scarcity of milk is no longer there. Yet that it became so popular that even today that this coffee shop is full of people. People enjoy the combination of egg and coffee. Traditionally started as a way to make coffee without milk. So that's an example of how an entrepreneurs can be opportunists. They find an opportunity and then they create a product, and that becomes popular. That's the egg, chocolate and coffee. I want to try this one. Powdered chocolate, egg, coffee. Very unusual combination for me, but it's creamy and nice. Very fun. Second cup of the day. Back to back. But the coffee inside doesn't have the sweetness. You can mix it to get the sweetness. But you want to enjoy the cream to remove the creamy layer, and below the coffee doesn't have the sweetness. It is like almost unsweetened. But when you drink it together, the sweetness and the cream from the top layer and the coffee will go together, and that tastes good. Okay, I'm done with this nice experience of an egg coffee, the original. There are so many egg coffee shops in Hanoi and Vietnam these days, but this is the first pioneer, the first person, the pilot who created this wonderful menu. So, back onto the streets.